Welcome back, everyone. Today's encounter starts with what appears to be a simple public recording session, but within seconds, it turns into a heated debate over property lines, constitutional rights, and a police officer's authority to demand identification. What begins as a casual conversation quickly escalates into a confrontation that raises a critical question. Can police require ID from someone who isn't suspected of committing a crime? The interaction starts when an officer approaches the auditors after receiving a complaint. At first, the discussion focuses on whether the sidewalk belongs to the bank or remains public property. The auditors immediately challenge the claim, questioning why an officer would rely solely on the word of a complainant without verifying the facts. But then the conversation takes a dramatic turn. The officer confidently states that because a call for service was made, she has the right to identify the individuals involved. That statement instantly triggers the central conflict of the encounter. Rather than complying, the auditors push back with a direct question that changes the entire tone of the interaction. Do you suspect us of committing a crime? Suddenly, the issue is no longer about a sidewalk. It's about constitutional limits on police authority. As the tension rises, the auditors request a supervisor, clearly signaling that they believe the officer is overstepping her legal boundaries. The atmosphere becomes increasingly uncomfortable as the officer continues defending her position while the auditors repeatedly challenge the legal basis behind the ID demand. Then comes the turning point. A lieutenant arrives on scene. Unlike the earlier exchange, the lieutenant appears focused on understanding the actual facts before taking action. He asks where the auditors were standing, whether they entered private property, and what exactly prompted the complaint. Those questions immediately reveal a noticeable shift in the encounter. What happens next is crucial. The conversation begins moving away from demands and toward clarification. But even as the situation starts calming down, one thing remains unresolved. The officer's insistence that she could obtain identification despite no clearly articulated crime. The confrontation may be cooling off, but the controversy is far from over.
Have you ever been to a rodeo before?
Yeah.
You like it?
Yeah.
You seen the bull riding?
Yeah.
You know me?
No, I don't. Here's my thing with this, okay? I don't care if you're recording, obviously that's your right, okay? But the bank property goes all the way to this point, okay?
Where at?
The curb line, okay? Back side of the curb.
You're the law enforcer. You gonna let that guy just tell you anything? And how did that sound to you that this sidewalk belonged to them?
He's tired of us.
It's okay.
That's fine. So y'all can either go to the other side of the street or even further down. But as far as being right here, like I'm just warning you now.
I'm warning you.
Can we get a supervisor? Can we get a supervisor here, Officer Terry? Let's get a supervisor here, because I don't want you to make no mistakes.
We like bulls, not bullshitters.
I'll happily get one.
Yes, sir.
But ma'am.
No, bullshitter.
Do you suspect us of committing a crime?
So here's my thing: when I get a call on you for service, this is a call for service called in by somebody, a civilian. I have every right to ID.
Well, I called on a guy that was kicking in his butt. Can you go ID him?
Do you have your ID?
With all due respect, Officer Terry,
Yeah.
you need reasonable, articulable suspicion of a crime. Of a crime, though.
So here's the thing: you're in a high crime area. That's
irrelevant.
Okay, that's fine. And then another thing is with this is we had a call for service identifying you two.
That's
okay,
irrelevant.
So that's how we can do this. So you can either give me your IDs or when my supervisor get here, y'all can talk to him, and he's gonna also.
Let's see what your supervisor say.
Okay, that's fine.
Because we just conducting a First Amendment protected activity.
I'm gonna go get a ticket signed by the bank. Then.
It's protected.
Well, all I'm trying to do is find bulls, not bullshitters.
Miss Terry, real quick.
Wow, guys.
Why push the issue?
They were so good,
Why push the issue? How you doing, sir? Are you the sergeant?
I'm the lieutenant.
You the lieutenant? How you doing? Can I get your name and your badge, please? Yes. How you doing, sir?
What's your name?
So I never said it. So
I'm just asking, what is your name? Can you tell me your
you can
name?
just call me Bartholomew.
Bartholomew.
Yes, sir.
Mine is Cowboy Jack, 3-time rodeo state champion.
So we just been on the sidewalk peacefully, just recording. And Officer Terry,
Were you on their property?
never been. We got their property line, so I know where we can and cannot stand. The gentleman think
The second segment shifts to an entirely different location, but the constitutional debate only becomes more intense. This time, the conflict centers on free speech inside a public state park, where a man holding a sign and speaking with visitors suddenly finds himself at odds with park management. At first glance, the situation appears straightforward. The individual is standing in an area open to the public, expressing a message and interacting with visitors. However, park officials see it differently. They claim that before engaging in this activity, he must obtain prior approval through an administrative process. That's where the confrontation begins. What makes this exchange so compelling is the direct clash between two competing viewpoints. On one side, officials repeatedly point to regulations, permits, and approval procedures. On the other side, the speaker argues that constitutional rights should not require advance permission from government employees. Every response creates another layer of tension. The moment becomes particularly dramatic when the park manager insists that approval can only be requested through a formal email process. The speaker immediately challenges the logic behind that requirement, asking why he cannot simply receive approval on the spot. The manager refuses, maintaining that the rules must be followed. As frustration grows, the discussion shifts from policy to principle. The speaker openly questions whether the regulation itself can survive constitutional scrutiny. The suggestion of a future lawsuit enters the conversation, dramatically raising the stakes. Suddenly, this is no longer about one sign in one park. It becomes a broader debate over the limits of government authority over public expression. Then comes the moment everyone sees coming. Park management decides to involve law enforcement. The speaker reacts with disbelief, openly questioning why police are being called against someone engaged in peaceful expression. As officers begin arriving, viewers are left wondering whether the encounter will remain a discussion or escalate into enforcement action. By the end of this segment, the stage is fully set. The constitutional argument remains unresolved, emotions are rising, and law enforcement is now officially involved. The real test is about to begin.
that the property line is all the way to the curb. And I tried to show him, like, this is you guys' property line.
What's your point of all this?
I told him we just recorded. I asked the guy, I said, do you support the Constitution? I said, well, that's what we doing. We just going around.
You were up there?
No, he walked to us, sir. Okay. We only been standing right here. Well, we were standing right there when you were on the sidewalk. And I was just in there.
You never up by the doors, by the bank?
Oh, no, absolutely.
They would have that on camera. So,
I'm just trying to find a place for my local.
and I just said, can we get a supervisor here? He'd probably be a little bit more knowledgeable about what's going on, that we are on public property. We're not even speaking to no one. They came to us.
Cowboy Jack, 3-time rodeo state champion.
What event?
Bull
event?
ride.
Bull ride.
Yes, I like bulls, not bullshitters. And I think that officer right there is a bullshitter.
Okay.
So before you get out of here, though, sir, if I can get the CFS from you, please.
What is that?
The call for service number, the CAD.
Okay.
If you can radio that over, I appreciate it.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else I can help you?
I would like to speak with Miss Terry just real quick.
No, we're good.
Okay. Well, I just get the CFS, and
Okay.
as long as you educate her, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that, sir.
Do what?
I said I'm okay, just as long as you educating her. That's good enough for me. Just as long as I get the CFS, we all can 10
Thanks, Bartholomew. Cowboy Jack.
Cowboy Jack, 3-time rodeo state champion.
You didn't get injured, did you?
Huh?
You didn't get injured by bulls, did you?
Yeah, they hit me in my balls.
Oh, man.
But guess what?
Officer Terry.
No back problem, though?
No back.
You still need that ID, Officer Terry? You gotta violate my rights? She said, I can get your ID if I want to. Yeah, you can violate my constitutional right. She's mad. She want that ID.
What was her name?
Terry.
Terry V. Ohio.
Officer Terry.
Back it up, Terry.
All right, Bartholomew, do you?
I appreciate you.
I guess the number, but the CFS.
And since you the lieutenant, Officer Jacks and Sergeant Blood, they did actually some good jobs. I spoke with them gentlemen already. You don't know? Yeah, today.
Officer Jackson.
And Sergeant Blood. They did really good. So
Okay.
everything's been good.
This is he's a representative of the bank, works security here.
He's not representative of the bank. He's
curb onto this property on a complaint for trespass.
We never,
No, he's giving you a trespass.
oh, yes, sir. I let him know we have no intentions.
How much do you guys own?
All this contract.
Well, you sat up here first, so how am I supposed to
We go
believe
to
you?
the curb.
Okay.
You don't.
It's
There's
okay.
no reason to argue. He just said.
Well, Cowboy Jack
he
doesn't
doesn't-
like bullshitters.
All right,
He likes
Cowboy
bull.
Jack. He don't want you on the property.
Yeah, we had no intentions.
Okay.
Clear.
So the blacktop is good,
don't
though, right?
block any of the.
Don't sleep with your neighbor's
access.
dog. Don't eat yellow snow. Don't run with scissors.
Yeah.
How come you didn't tell us that?
What's it say right there?
Don't block the driveway.
I understand,
I'm
sir.
a bull rider. I got
We-
both of my head.
I got you.
Don't come on the property.
I
There's
was-
no sign of citation.
We got you,
I'm
sir.
glad you are retired because holy cow, boy. No, you need to keep march back to your spot.
This
right now.
segment delivers one of the most significant turning points in the entire video. What started as a disagreement over park policy now moves into territory that could directly affect the speaker's freedom of movement and legal status. As officers evaluate the situation, they make it clear that the park's administrative rules are being treated as enforceable regulations. The speaker remains firm, insisting that peaceful expression in a public area should not require prior authorization. Neither side shows any intention of backing down. The tension spikes when officers begin discussing trespass enforcement. At this point, the encounter transitions from debate to potential punishment. The speaker openly states that if he is formally trespassed, he will leave. However, a new issue immediately emerges: identification. Officers explain that before issuing a trespass warning, they need to identify the individual. The speaker pushes back hard, questioning whether he is legally required to provide identification under these circumstances. Once again, the critical question surfaces: what crime do you suspect me of committing? That question hangs over the entire encounter. The officer responds by referencing administrative regulations and enforcement authority, but the disagreement over identification remains unresolved. Viewers can sense the pressure building as both sides attempt to establish their legal footing. Then comes the moment that dramatically raises the stakes. The speaker asks whether refusal to identify himself could lead to arrest. The answer is immediate and direct: yes. Suddenly, the encounter becomes far more serious. What was once a policy dispute now carries the possibility of criminal consequences. Faced with that threat, the speaker ultimately provides identification while making it clear that he is doing so under protest and believes his constitutional rights are being violated. Moments later, the formal outcome arrives. A written trespass notice is issued, banning him from the park for an entire year. As the paperwork is handed over, the immediate confrontation ends, but the legal questions remain. Was the administrative rule valid? Was the ID demand justified? Those unresolved issues leave viewers with a lingering sense that the debate is far from settled.
I'm sorry, I'm hard of hearing.
You're not allowed to do any solicitation in here.
I disagree with you, sir. Okay. What exactly am I doing that's not allowed? Somebody okay? Am I good? Am I right? Doing what I'm doing? Why's that?
You can't be state park talking, like soliciting, being other.
I'm hard of hearing, like I was telling Mr.
So you can't be soliciting at a state park.
Soliciting is free speech.
Then you can't have a free speech place set up without prior approval.
Okay. I have respectfully disagree with you.
Well, I can show you the Florida statute. Like,
I can show you the Constitution.
it's fine too.
You know?
We're not saying you can't do it.
Right.
You just can't do it.
Well, he told me I cannot do it. He said I can't be in here at
You cannot do it
all.
within a state park without prior approval.
How do you get prior approval?
You email the park manager. Then
Email the park manager,
Yep, we
and
go
they
through
got to
it.
approve it.
We approve the location and the time of
What's
day.
what's the name of the park manager?
Dustin Allen?
Dustin. Oh, you're Allen. Dustin Allen. Okay. So you're the park manager.
You know my email?
Can I get approval?
You can send me a written request.
Can I just ask you for approval?
No, you gotta send me a written request. My business cards are all messed up.
You could just go ahead and approve me being here.
You can send me an email, then we'll go through the proper channels.
Proper channels. All right.
So when someone you get a request, we're gonna have you put the sign up, start.
Negatory.
You're gonna
Negatory.
continue on?
Huh?
You're gonna continue?
What?
You're gonna continue on?
Oh, of
Okay.
course.
All right, well, I'll call law enforcement
Absolutely. Why would you call the law enforcement?
to enforce the law.
What am I doing that's wrong?
You're violating Florida Statute 62D, for administrative code.
2D.
62D 2.014.
Well, it sounds like 62D is in violation of the United States Constitution.
I guess you have a judge handle that.
I guess we would. Have you ever been deposed before? In a civil rights lawsuit? Don't call law enforcement, man, please. Can you please not call law enforcement? Can you just leave me alone? And let me enjoy my free speech rights on a beautiful day in a public park on a traditional public forum? Please? Pretty please with sugar on top? Just leave me alone? Please?
You stop soliciting my park visitors, I'll give you a loan.
I'm going to be soliciting. It's free speech.
I'm going to call law enforcement. They can handle it.
Call law enforcement. Oh, my God. Oh, my goodness. He's calling law enforcement on me, y'all. What are we going to do now?
How's it going, my friend?
I'm all right. How are you, sir?
Good. I'm Officer Quick, Fish and Wildlife.
Yes, sir.
Reason I'm here is because they told me they asked you to leave.
No, they never asked me to leave.
They never asked you to leave.
No, they never said anything about leaving.
What did they tell you?
They told me that I wasn't allowed to do free speech in a traditional public forum.
Are you asking for anything?
I'm soliciting, yes.
What are you soliciting for?
I'm soliciting goodwill and compassion for the homeless vets.
Are you asking for money?
If I was, it wouldn't matter because it's still free speech.
Okay, so at the end of the day,
All right.
right, park managers have the right to ask anybody to leave.
Okay.
Okay, right, so y'all ask them to leave?
I asked them to go through the proper channels to do a free speech event at Blue Spring. He refused to do it.
Okay, so proper channels being like requesting through y'all.
Per Florida Administrative Code 62D, request through park manager in writing or give him the layout on where he can safely and legally do his public speaking event.
Okay. So we can't just have anybody with a blowhorn like out here saying whatever they want, right? Because we're trying to keep a family-friendly environment. And so for that reason, right, to cut down on people posting bans, you know, because like you could try and argue that as free speech as well, and all of that, the state park through the Florida Department of Agriculture, Environmental Protection, sorry, I'm used to the state forest.
I got you.
So they have rules, laws, and policies in place to cut down on just random people coming in and saying whatever they want in order to keep the family-friendly, environmental, like, you know, kind of atmosphere about the park. So it sounds like they do have policies and procedures in place for you to be able to request to be able to come out and do this. Did you go through those channels at all?
I did not, no.
Okay. How does he go through those channels?
He has a business card. He emails me his request. We go through a layout of the park, a designated area that you can do your free speech.
Like I asked you directly earlier, hey, can I go ahead and do this?
Yep. And I said, through written email, send me an email and we'll go through a written request.
I'm not down with that, man.
Okay.
I have free speech and I believe I have a right to be here, so I'm not going to stop doing what I'm doing.
Okay. I
you
tell
guys,
you what.
if they trespass me, I'll leave. I'm not going to get arrested for trespassing, but I believe I have a right to do this, so I intend to continue doing it unless I am forced to leave.
Okay, so it's all through.
Then you'd be either getting trespassed or a citation through y'all.
Okay, so it's all through state administrative code for the freedom of speech stuff.
You want me to show it to you before you go?
I'm gonna go pull it up. Do you mind coming with me in a truck so I can
very
go pull it
last
up
paragraph.
on Online Sunshine? I'll read you exactly what it says.
Can
word
you
for
just come
word.
back over here? Because I mean,
I
he's
gotta
going
do
to
it
be
on my
here.
computer. It needs to be plugged in the truck for power.
Right.
You can keep holding this sign. I just asked you to walk up to my truck. We're still in the park. We're just right over there. Just
I'd rather
walk with
stay
me
here.
over to my truck.
I'd rather stay here.
All right. So what they're saying now is if you don't stop, you're gonna get trespassed.
I understand. And
Okay.
if they trespass me, I'll leave.
Okay. Do you have ID on you?
I do, but
you're getting trespassed.
I don't have to give ID for a trespass.
All right. What's your name and date of birth?
I don't have to identify myself for a trespass.
In order to trespass you and write up in the system, I need to trespass an individual, right? A person. That would be you in this case. In order for me to write up that trespass warning, I need to be able to identify the person that I am trespassing.
What crime do you suspect me of committing?
The crime you mentioned in there.
That's
so it'd be
administrative
Florida
code.
Administrative Code 40C with an enforcing statute within Florida State statute.
So
I will happily read you all of that information, but I need to pull it up on my computer because there's 6 numbers involved in this. I can't remember every single number, right? I know it's 40C, right, for state parks.
Okay.
I don't remember the exact enforcing statute for it, but if you come with me to my truck, and like I said,
if they're trespassing me, I'll leave. That's all I need to know.
So that's what's happening.
All right.
You are getting trespassed.
I am trespassed at this time.
Well, hold on. I need to ID you so I can write you up the trespass.
No, I'm going to leave.
That's not how that works.
That's not how that works.
It's actually case law that says I don't have to give ID for a trespass. I'll just get to leave.
Okay, you're getting written a trespass warning.
That's fine. Write a trespass warning, and
I need to
I'll
assign
leave.
it to a person. So I need to ID you. So you are currently breaking the law, right? You are in violation of Florida Administrative Code 46.
This final segment is the most explosive and controversial encounter of the entire video. What begins as a routine police contact quickly transforms into a heated confrontation over detention, identification, and the limits of police authority. The encounter starts after officers receive a call about a man filming near a bus stop. Initially, the officer presents the interaction as a welfare check and casual inquiry. But within moments, the conversation takes a dramatic turn when identification is requested. The cameraman immediately challenges the request, making it clear that he believes he has committed no crime and therefore has no obligation to identify himself. The discussion rapidly escalates as both sides attempt to define the nature of the encounter. Then comes the statement that changes everything. When asked whether he is free to leave, the officer responds that he is being detained. That single word instantly raises the stakes. The cameraman immediately demands an explanation, repeatedly asking what crime he is suspected of committing. What follows is the most critical exchange in the entire video. The officer struggles to clearly articulate a specific criminal offense. Instead, he repeatedly references the original call for service. The cameraman seizes on that point, arguing that a complaint alone cannot justify a detention without reasonable suspicion of criminal activity. As the pressure mounts, a supervisor arrives. Rather than calming the situation, the confrontation grows even more intense. The cameraman continues challenging the legal basis for the detention while accusing officers of violating his constitutional rights. Every unanswered question increases the suspense. Then, almost as suddenly as it began, the detention collapses. The supervisor effectively ends the confrontation, and the cameraman is allowed to continue on his way. No citation is issued. No arrest occurs. No crime is identified. The significance of that outcome becomes the central focus of the final narration. The narrator emphasizes that while officers may investigate complaints, a detention generally requires articulable suspicion of criminal activity. That observation leaves viewers with the key issue that defined the entire encounter: whether police can legally detain someone when they cannot clearly explain what crime they suspect has occurred. It's a dramatic ending that leaves the audience debating the same question long after the video ends.
So how long am I going to be trespassed? You know?
1 year. We usually do.
If I don't give ID, will I be arrested?
Yes.
I am going to.
Investigation. You're required to identify yourself.
I'm going to give my ID under threat of, under duress and under protest, and I believe this is a violation of my Fourth Amendment protected rights.
Okay.
I'm engaged in free speech on a traditional public forum, peacefully and politely.
I totally understand, and you have been peaceful and polite with me. I appreciate you giving me your ID.
So it's Officer Quick, Q-U-I-C-K. My name is Jeff, you see that already. And Officer Vanis, V-A-N-I-S.
A.S.
Oh, A-S. I'm sorry, the sun's shining on it.
Yep. Give me 2 seconds to go write that up, and I'll come back with your copy of the warning, all right? Okay. You gonna stay here?
Well, if you're trespassing me, I'll go ahead and go with you up there.
Yeah.
Okay,
all right.
perfect. Let's do All right, Mr. Brady,
yes, sir.
I appreciate your cooperation. This is just a written trespass noticing that you're being trespassed in the park for 1 year starting today.
For 1 year, okay.
Okay, so that's all your information there.
And just to clarify again, this is only from this park?
Yes, sir.
Not all state parks or anything?
No, sir, just Blue Springs State Park.
Understood.
All
right,
there's
y'all have
your
a blessed
ID
day.
back. Do you have any questions for us?
No, I'm good.
All right, I appreciate it.
In this situation, the man was simply standing in a public area of a state park, holding a sign asking for people to pray for homeless veterans and speaking with visitors. Park staff interpreted his actions as solicitation and claimed that he needed prior permission under the park's administrative rules. When wildlife officers arrived, they did not accuse him of any specific criminal offense, but instead relied on the park's internal regulations to issue a trespass warning, banning him from the park for 1 year. The controversy centers on a key legal question: whether an administrative park rule can require a person to obtain permission before engaging in peaceful expression in an area that is generally open to the public. What do you think about this situation? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section.
There's police right over there. I think he made a call to him, possibly. possibly to him. But maybe we'll find out. It looks like he's possibly gonna come over here. Yep. I've been spotted and reported by maintenance out of all people. Imagine that. Yep. I knew he reported me. Can I help you?
Yeah, how you doing?
Can I help you?
I'm just letting you know, you're more than welcome to film here.
You don't need to tell me not to go on the property. There's a sign right there, dude. Just keep it moving, dude. No, you don't need to let me know, dude. I could read. I could read. I could read. Shut the up.
All right.
You.
All right.
Piece of shit. Yeah, call the real police, you fake security. Fake security. It says police, but you ain't the cops. You ain't got no jurisdiction out here. Shut up. There they are again. Get back on your property. You're trespassing on public property. Giving him the bird. Yeah, he's gonna go rat me out too now. Oh, there he goes. Excuse me, pedestrian. Thank you. Look at this. No lights. Blocking traffic. Unreal. What? What's up, dude? Why is everybody stalking me, dude? Everybody's stalking me now. You now.
Well, I just had a call.
Yeah, I understand.
Someone was concerned, that's all.
Concerned? You mean like suspicious? Let's call it what it is, right?
I'm just making sure you're okay.
What? No, you're not, dude. You got to call for service, dude, for a suspicious person. Don't come over here acting like you're my friend, first of all. Okay? I don't know. Why don't you identify yourself first?
Patrolman Carey, Portland Township Police Department.
Okay, what's your badge number?
3298.
3298.
Yep.
Okay. So you're just checking on me, just to make sure I'm okay, right?
We got a call.
Well, like medical or something, or
no,
like
it was
what?
A suspicious person just saying somebody was at a bus stop filming people going by. So I was just coming out just to make sure everything was good.
Yeah.
That's all. Do you have your ID on you?
You're kidding, right?
I have to document whoever I spoke to.
No, you don't. I have a Fourth Amendment right, and you're going to respect that today. Do you understand English? Or you can call a supervisor and you can kick rocks after.
Okay.
I value my Fourth Amendment. I have committed absolutely no crime. I've never stepped on that property. Then the only time you can get my ID is if I'm driving or if I've committed a crime and under arrest. That's it. You have, am I wrong? Are you going to step it up? Yeah. Am I detained?
You asked for
Am I detained? I didn't ask for a supervisor. I said if you're going to demand ID and threaten me with an arrest, then you can call a supervisor.
I'm not threatening.
Am I okay? Am I free to go? Or am I detained? I'm detained?
At this moment, yes.
I'm detained for what crime?
You don't have to be detained for.
Yes, you do. It's reasonable, articulable suspicion of a crime. What crime do you What crime do you suspect me of committing?
I don't know.
Well, you need an RAS in order to detain somebody. Can you just... No, you're not. This is not a cordial conversation anymore. I'm now illegally being detained for absolutely nothing wrong.
Sir.
No.
I'm trying to be civil.
No, you're not. No, you're investigating me for absolutely no crime. You can't even articulate what crime I've possibly committed.
Sir, we got a call for service.
That doesn't mean you can just stop me on the street and tell me I can't move. No, that's against my rights. Do you understand that?
Done here, you can go.
No, I am done. I've been done with you. If I walk away, you're going to throw me in cuffs and throw me on the ground?
I never said that.
So I'm not detained then, right?
I never said that.
So I'm not detained then, right? Because if that was the case, then you can use force against me. So I'm going to walk away. And I suggest you do the same thing.
Sir.
I'm walking away. No, this is not a cordial conversation. Because you're detaining me for a crime you cannot not articulate.
We can't just talk?
No.
Why?
About what? About what? That I'm out here exercising my constitutional right that you swore to protect. Now that you're you're starting to violate my rights. Am I free to go?
Not at this moment.
So I'm detained.
You have your ID.
I'm not giving you my ID. I'll take you to federal court over it if we have to.
Can I get your name, date of birth?
No, you cannot.
Just so I can document
No, can I get yours? Let me see your ID. Let me see your ID. I'll play Uno.
I told you, I'm Patrolman Carey. I'm born 10.
Let me see your identification. I'll give you mine.
Badge number 3298.
That's the deal. You give me yours, I'll give you mine.
Would you like to speak with the supervisor?
If you're going to continue illegally detaining me, then yeah. Because you're... Okay. So I suggest you just let me go about my on a public sidewalk. I've done nothing wrong.
Well,
I don't care. That doesn't mean that you could just stop me and say I'm not free to move anymore.
Well, I have to figure out what's going on.
It's self-evident, isn't it? I'm recording on public property.
I don't know. What are you recording?
Anything I can see out here. Right now, it's you.
Okay, that's fine.
I know it's fine.
I'm recording too.
Great. I was going to ask you about that. Don't delete it and don't mute it.
It's not getting muted. It's not getting deleted. It's not getting turned off.
I've seen it before.
Well, trust me. I'm not.
I don't trust police. They lie, and the Supreme Court's ruled that you're allowed to.
Okay.
Just like you are right now. You're completely lying to me. You're detaining me illegally. I've cited the law. Okay, Terry v. Ohio, there's several case laws that you cannot just detain somebody for suspecting them of no crime. Is it trespassing do you suspect me of?
No.
Is it loitering? Hold on, let's go through them. Is it disorderly conduct?
This is what I'm trying to figure out.
Okay.
This is why I'm out here.
So by you telling me I'm not free to go, you know what? I'm going to remain silent. I'm done with you.
Okay,
I'm done and I'm walking away. No, I don't want to speak with anybody. I want to be free and on my way to record and exercise my rights. You piece of...
Hang out.
I ain't hanging out with anybody, dude. I don't hang out with pigs like you who detain people for no crime.
Okay. Like I said, we got a call about you. We're just trying to figure out what's going on.
There's nothing going on. There's nothing going on. I'm out here exercising my constitutional rights, and this piece of is telling me I'm detained, and he can't even articulate the crime that he suspects me of, which is illegal. I'm on a sidewalk recording because I'm pissed off at this officer. What's your name and badge number?
Sergeant Biddle, 3255.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm going to get his name and badge number as well. Appreciate it. Thank you. Am I detained still? Is that illegal?
And then when
You're free to go.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you. This piece of shit.
Walk in the street and follow across the street, I'll fight you.
You're in the street too, you pig. You got to abide by the same laws, you piece of shit. Shut the up.
I'm Officer Alexander. How you doing today?
He's a...
Okay, I understand.
I know I'm free to go, you...
Why are you still here?
Because I could say and do whatever I want. It's a free country. It is.
You were bothering you. You're the one...
Kick rocks, dude. Kick rocks. Shut the up. Train your officer instead of detaining me illegally. Yeah, you. You. You seem okay. You seem okay. But for now.
I'm a good guy.
Yeah, well, that can't even articulate why he detained me. Okay? It's either loitering, trespassing, disorderly, something. You need some sort of articulation. Yeah, you can go. Yeah, you can kick rocks, all of you. Get the f*** out of here. You're all right, man. You're okay. I give you a little respect, all right?
I appreciate that.
Them two pieces of shit, dude, you better f***ing telling you, stay away from them, dude.
Can you just hear me out for a second? Real quick?
Yeah. I'll listen to you. Seem reasonable.
I understand that. The jobs that we have, it can be a little complicated, and it could be at that point where sometimes it can be a little frustrating, or you might have a bad day, or you might, obviously you feel some sort of way about law enforcement.
Yeah, no, I don't. Look, I enjoy good policing, okay? But him,
I'm not yelling.
when I asked him to articulate why he detained me, he couldn't articulate that. That is illegal detention, okay? You have to state what crime I've committed, about to, or are committing. No, he's talking to me respectfully. No, don't listen to him. You work for me, dude. Have a good conversation with me, unlike you. Hey, you already look like anyway. You already did your job today for me. Yeah, kick rocks, so you're dismissed, Sergeant. You're dismissed, Sergeant. Have a good day, man. Hey, what's your name? What's your name and badge number? What's your name and badge number? He's all right. He's okay.